Bitcoin and Ethereum update, December 31st, New Year's Eve. So getting ready to close out the old year and bring in the new year. So this is, as I'm doing it, I'm just really just sharing with you as I'm setting up my charts and just passing it along. If you're interested in uh, investing, checking out digital assets, learning more about it, there's more information to the Academy. This is all brought to you, just real quick, I'm going to share with you, this is brought to you by the IM Academy. If you were a member of the Academy, you would have access to a website looking just like this. You would be able to go to Academies. You could just click the Academies button, and you could have loads of videos from the DCX Academy, just basics on digital assets, just videos that are already created, right? Then week to week, we have over 200 different instructors who rotate and teach. The DCX is just one academy out of several. It's an amazing academy. And this is their schedule. This is the DCX Academy. So if you were a member of the academy, you would have access to all these teachings every week, Sunday through Saturday. One in particular that on the style that I'm teaching, sharing with you right now is from Sean. It's from scalp trading. But you have access to so many different variations of teachers. You can ask them questions. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, right? And then also, too, before I get started, I want to share with you a couple ideas, kind of what I was thinking going into the new year, and just want to pass along to you. It says a fitness and finance channel. As it's kind of maybe kind of an odd combination. I just want to make sure I get a volume check. But it might seem to some kind of like an odd combination, but both are very important. You know, as one of my friends says, I want to share with you a couple ideas, kind of what I was thinking. Both are very important, right? So fitness is important and wealth is important, right? So this is my saying I want to share with you, and I'm going to kind of try to put it into a jingle, but I just want to share with you that health is wealth, cash flow is king, cash is queen, and credit is freedom. So think about that when it comes to just in general, combining these two wonderful things together, that our health is our wealth. So it doesn't matter how many millions or billions you have or we have. If you don't have your health, that's not good. It's not going to be helpful, right? So health is wealth. Above all, health is wealth. Cash flow is king, right? Having money coming in regularly, however you do it, that's good. We want that cash flow, right? We must have cash flow. As one of my mentors says, is money important? Well, it ranks right up there with oxygen. And so kind of jokingly, but cash flow is very important to all of us. So our health isn't wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen. It's important to have cash on hand. You just want to have that availability of having money, right? And then credit is freedom. So think about that. Having good credit allows you to get better interest rates on mortgages, or just if you're borrowing money. And credit is freedom. And buying stuff with credit cards, traveling, buying stuff on Amazon, whatever. So health is wealth, cash flow is king, cash is queen, and credit is freedom. So think about that, right? So these are something to think about. Now, and then just as one of my mentors is Robert Kiyosaki. He has a website, a YouTube channel, but this is his basic cash flow formula. So I'm thinking about it's going into the new year. And it's employee, E is employee, S is self-employed, B is business, I is investments. So that's the cash. The cash flow for all of us is most likely coming from one of those four different areas. E, where you're an employee for someone. S, you're self-employed. You work for yourself. B, you have a business that's scalable. And I is investments, cash producing investments. Like real estate is a good example, something that's producing an income, right? So, and then what do we do with our income, right? So ideally, we want to put our income into assets, right? And so what are some basic assets? He has a fun cash flow board game that's fun to play. If you ever, we should probably do an online version of it sometime with some friends. but I had the actual board game, and in the game you actually you learn to buy investments. Maybe it's stocks, maybe it's crypto, maybe it's silver, gold, real estate. But we take those assets wherever you get it from, the money from, and we put it into assets, right? And so in this channel, I've been focusing a lot on Bitcoin and Ethereum because that's just where I'm at with it. But that's not too important because I want to update that some more. But this is important. They're basically 4 basic trading strategies when consider trading digital assets: position trading, swing trading, scalp trading, momentum trading. It's just important, I feel like, to understand the difference because different personalities do have different things. Position trading, just buying and holding. Maybe you have a professional job and you don't want to spend a lot of time daily looking at the charts, but you believe in a certain project. You buy and hold it. Maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You hold, buy and hold. You buy the position long term. Swing trading, to me, that usually means buying and selling the highs and lows of the week. So out of about 10-day period of time, what I've seen with cryptocurrency, you get a high point and a low point. And so you can swing trade those time frames. Scalp trading is more of a like inside of a 1-day time frame. It could be 15 minutes, could be 3 hours, could be 12 hours, it could be very fast, and then it could turn into a swing trade. But usually scalp trading is like, you know, within the day, within 1 day, usually. And then momentum trading, that's kind of interesting. Something comes along, like for me, a while back, when something came along and I bought it at the right time. It went up 10 times. It went up 10 times. So this one particular project, so think about that, 10x. So that's something, those kind of things will happen. So something new comes along, you feel good about it. Maybe you got a little early head start. One of the educators says something about it, you buy it, and then it can happen, quickly, or take 6 weeks. It could take 1 week. It could take a day, but boom, you momentum traded, and then you sell and take profit, right? So those are different basic trading strategies I wanted you to consider and see what your personality suits best. Then there are basically 4 trading fears I want you to be aware of, things to consider so you don't get trapped. And we all of us traders feel all these things. I feel like I feel a lot of these things a lot. So, but you just kind of want to be almost like a bot, like trade like a bot sometimes. But 4 trading fears, they are these 4. So being wrong, you don't want to make a wrong decision. Should I take this trade or that trade? You don't want to be wrong. Number 2, losing money. Nobody who likes to lose money. Nobody likes losing money. Number 3, we don't want to miss out. Oh, I should get in now because I don't want to miss out. And sometimes getting in too soon in a trade can cause you to lose money. So missing out, fear of missing out is a big one. Number 4, leaving money on the table. Should I take money now or should I hold and wait for more return when sometimes it'll go back the other way? So always having that fear of leaving money on the table, right? So these are just 4 things to be looking out for, okay? Now, so that's it. So now I just want to go back to, so if you have any questions on the Academy, please let me know. I'm looking for 3 people who want to work with me and learn this skill together. I got my Carney Tears mug. And learn digital assets. Now, also too, if you share it with, if you share this educational system with 3 other people, maybe it's 2 now, you'll get your membership for free. So, or if you're like me, you like to advertise, you like to share things with other people, you want to spread the word, you can earn an affiliate commission from the company because you can refer, you have a referral link. We all have a referral link. If you bought it from me, if you got in on the educational system for me, you would get a referral link, and then you can refer it to other people, and the computer tracks it all. And then you could pay for your own membership, and then you could even, I know that if you have 500 members, that's about $10,000 a month. If you feel like you can do something like that, that's a goal that I'm working with. So, and it's very valuable. Think about it. There's a lot of people learning digital current just kind of by randomly searching YouTube educators. and they're one at a time, and I've learned a lot that way, but this is much more organized. So now I'm just going to share with you, I'm going to set up my charts from scratch. So I'm going to refresh my charts. So this is basically, as a scalper, this is one of the tools we get right here. It's called Swipe Coin, and it does a lot of good things. I'm going to start a new chart right now. So I'm going to just go through it. I'm going to switch to a line chart. I'm going to first set up my scalping times, and then I'm going to zoom out, okay? Because it's the end of a week, it's the end of a year. I want to really zoom out and see where we're at, right? So I'm going to say this is going to be my resistance zone for now. I'm going to call this support zone for now. I'm going to go ahead and save it. I want to save my work, December 31st, New Year's Eve, 2022 at, I'm going to say 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. All right, now it's saved. Okay, now that's my general zones I'm looking for right now. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to also do Ethereum at the same time. I'm going to flip-flop. Okay, I'm just going to, just for fun, I'm going to flip-flop back and forth and see. Sometimes they're related. Most of the times they're related. I'm going to call that my resistance zone. I'm going to call that my support zone. Yep. I'm going to save this. December 31st, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay, Mountain Standard Time. Save. Now, I do like to start with Bitcoin first because I feel like Bitcoin, everything kind of goes off of what Bitcoin does. I mean, if Bitcoin is going up, seems like everything else is going up, just in general. It's not always the case, but it's very common. Let's go 1 hour. I want to start zooming out, see what I get. I'm going to go 4 hour. See what I get. Okay, now we're looking at something. Okay. Now, see, I like to look for the highs and lows. Okay, so now for swing trading, this is probably, this group of time right here is probably the most common zones right here. So I'm gonna separate those zones right now. I'm gonna call this, I like putting a different color. I'll start on the outside, no specific reason, but this is the low. Notice it hasn't gone any lower than that. See how it's been up here, but now it's down here. But that is on that time frame. So now let's look a little bit further out. I'm going to go further out. Look how high this goes up. This touch point right here. I'm going to change the color. And this is also as low as it goes. Okay. But now I also, because things a lot of times move fast, look at I like, personally, this is just me, I like to do the same zone, but with the top of the pinpoint of the candlestick. I feel like that tells me what it really pushed to, but because what happens is it pushes to that furthest point, and then it pulls back. Okay, but that's okay. So that's why I have 2 purple bars at the top. That's just me. Everybody's got their own style. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's get back to the line chart. Make sure we save the work. Okay. Okay, okay, now let's go to the day chart. What else we got now on the day? Okay, wow. Okay, get that. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see. This is for the year. Let's look at it for the year real quick. So right now it's December. We're right here going on the 23. Right here, and then 2022 is right here. So the high of the year, probably right here. 47,000 was the high, about that. And the low, we're kind of doing it now, actually, of the year. We're at the low of the year and probably going lower. Okay. I'm going to look at the candles real quick. Okay, let's call that low. It's going to call that's the low zone right there of the year. Okay. I'm going to bring it back to 15 minutes. Let's save it, expand it. I'll bring back to the line chart, save it. Okay. So if you see, broke it down into zones, but that's over the course of the year. Okay. So the top zones. No, did it save it? No. You just scroll down more. Okay. Yeah, it's all the way up here. Whew. That was of the year. Look at that, how high that was. Wow, it's 47,000. So think about it. So if you bought a Bitcoin right now by chance at 16,900, whatever it is, if it just got back up to its previous high of 47,000, that is a nice return. Okay. So that's what a lot of people are looking at, but nobody knows how low it's going to go now. We're just looking at the highs and lows of the year. So the high of the year was around 47,000, and the low, we're testing all the lows right now. So that's the thing is, now I'm going to zoom back into the 15-minute time frame, because what I like to do is put Bitcoin underneath a microscope, what one of my mentors says. So that's the zone right there on a 15-minute time frame. That's currently what we're looking at. So if it breaks below this red bar right here, so this is generally how I'm taught. If this blue line breaks below this red bar right here and then closes below that red bar, it's in a potential sell area, meaning we're going short. We're putting money on that it's going to go lower, right? The money, and that's how you make money. We can make money in a scalping situation, whether the price is going down or up. So if the price is going up, we can make money. If the price is going down, we can make money, but we just have to choose which one is it, right? And so by putting it under a microscope, and then also too, I'm going to add a special indicator that we have, super trend, called super trend, because super trend is our friend. I'm going to change the settings on this. Let's see here, super trend. And that tells us whether or not Bitcoin is buying or selling. Okay. So right now it's red, it's selling. Obviously it's selling, right? So that's kind of my, everybody has different goals of what they want, but I'm happy for the price to go down because it gives us more time to accumulate if you're into accumulating. So I'm down with that, but that's it right there. Now, I personally love adding the RSI because I get a lot of value off of it shows momentum. This is the RSI right here. It's the free indicator, but this is generally how I like to track it right here. So this is Bitcoin right here for you. Okay. Now let's do a little quick dive into Ethereum. All right. So this is Ethereum right here on the 15-minute time frame, right? But let's zoom out to the 4-hour. Let's find the high and low of the week is what I'm looking for. So the last 7 days, looking for the high and the low here. Okay. So the purple bars right there are the high and low of the week. Now I'm going to also, whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to switch to a candles view. So see how these spike pin, see, that's the thing. Boom, they pump it up, got pumped up all the way to 1234. But when you look at it from a line point, it closed at like 1224. So see, they pump it up and then it pulls back like that. But I like to look at it sometimes. I like to get to know how far it went up. It went up that far and it went down this far. So I just like to be aware of those zones because I feel like they always test those zones. They always test them. So I'm going to bring it back to just make sure I save my work. And then one last thing here, I'm going to look at it from a daily point of view. Just kind of look at the whole, go back over the year, the high and low of the year. But look at this beautiful. I know I have some friends that bought up here, but you know what? It's okay if you believe in the project. I personally do believe in it, but it's not financial advice. But this is a chart of over time. But let's look at it over the last year, okay? So the high and low of this year, right? So that's going to be right about here, actually, right about here. April 22 or so. Yeah. April 22 was the high. So it got up to about 3,500. So think about it. If you bought an Ethereum right now today at the cost that it is, about $1,200, and at some point it goes back to its this previous high of 3,500, that's a good investment, right? So if you have, you know, that's very realistic. That's very realistic. So something to not financial advice, but just things. That's how I'm thinking. So, all right. So now that's position trading, actually. So you buy it and hold it. You know, you're holding it for a while. It could take 2-3 years for that to happen. It could happen in less, but at some point, you know, I have faith that we're going to go back over this. But you know, you never know. But that's my hope, is that it goes back to its previous high again. So does that make sense? So we have our previous high and previous low of the year in purple. All right. So now let's get back down to the 15-minute time frame. Let's put this sucker under a microscope. See here, open this back up. Okay. The green and red are my current, the green is my support zone. The red is the green is my resistance zone. It's resisting going up. The red is the support zone. Gonna add an indicator, particularly to, it's called Super Trends, particularly to the IM Academy. They created it and it's very helpful. It tells us when the market is buying and when the market is selling. It's called Super Trend. And so it looks like it's trying to, that green arrow right there, it's trying to buy. There's a lot of pressure. You can see it's going down. If it goes down below this red bar right here, it's a potential place to scalp trade short. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? And then so that's basically it. So I'm going to add also too, I'm going to add in the RSI, Relative Strength Index. It's a free indicator on a lot of platforms, but it tells me a lot about what's going on with the movement. So that's Ethereum right there. If you have any questions about how to do this on your own, I know it might seem like a lot, but it's not really a lot. Once you learn how to set this up, my goal to scalp trade is to earn in my scalping account 10% every week. And I'm working with a coach and he feels like that's very realistic. So that's my goal. So, and it doesn't matter what amount it is. If you have $100 and you grew that 10% every week, or if you had 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 or a million or 10 million or more, it's all percentages. That's the thing. So it really boils down to the percentage. Can you make a 10% profit? Can you make a 100% profit? Absolutely, we can. So these are all possibilities. So it's just part of the game, the cash flow, right? So we just want to do the best we can. If you have any questions on anything that I'm sharing with you, please let me know. I am looking for 3 people who may want to collaborate together on this. So if you have any interest and you want to connect with me, please connect with me. The information is inside the description of this video. Remember, this is you learn about this through the Academy, and in the Academy you get you get access to these academies, basically a bunch of videos that's static, but it's all there, teaches you the basics of digital assets. And then you have access to over 200 different live instructors that teaches all kind of stuff, NFTs, scalping, crypto in general, beginners. I mean, there's so much to learn. And believe me, there's a lot going to be happening in the digital asset space over the next 5 to 10 years. And I believe it's potential to profit. And so we can, whatever we're passionate about in life, sometimes money can help accelerate that. So, but remember, health is wealth. We do want to have our health. That's number one. Cash flow is king, right? So what I say, health is wealth. Go back to this again, right here. This is the formula. Health is wealth. Because without our health, you know, what do we have? Cash flow is king, cash is queen, and credit is freedom. So keep that in mind. That's kind of my flow with the channel here with the fitness and finance. And this is just putting Bitcoin and Ethereum underneath a microscope. I'm going to be watching them like a hawk this year and just trying to profit on every move that they make so that we can just accelerate health and fitness, being vegan, just being the best that we can be, you know, everything possible. So let's just go out and have the best year possible. Wish you a happy and healthy, prosperous 2023 for you and your friends and family. We'll see you on the next lesson. Bye for now.